It's more than just a document, a signature in ink. It's the foundation that we stand on, the crucial missing link. It is the compass for the journey when the path is not clear, a shield against the storm for everyone who's standing here. From the vision of our leader, Ash, to every single team. It's the fabric of our culture, the realization of the dream. This is our code, our sacred vow. It's the why and it's the how. It builds the trust we have today and lights the ethical, righteous way. It's the bedrock of this mission, the promise that we keep. A safe, inclusive community, awake, no longer sleep. It tears down the ambiguity, the shadows of a doubt, so we know what respect means, what integrity's about. A shield against the conflict, a guide for what is right, for using all our assets in the company's light. It makes our values actionable, a standard set so high, protecting our reputation that will never ever die. This is our code, our sacred vow. It's the why and it's the how. It builds the trust we have today and lights the ethical, righteous way. It's the bedrock of this mission, the promise that we keep. A safe, inclusive community, awake, no longer asleep. When you're standing in the gray and you don't know what to do, this book will be your guidance. It will see you through. It empowers every founder to stand and do what's true. It shows the world our character in everything we pursue. For the partners and the clients, it's a signal and a sign that this company is built upon a solid moral line. This is our code, our sacred vow. It's the why and it's the how. It builds the trust we have today and lights the ethical, righteous way. It's the bedrock of this mission, the promise that we keep. A safe, inclusive community, awake, no longer asleep. The commitment is unwavering, serious and strong. With Ash, Mufareh leading, this is where we all belong. This is the new horizon, this is our victory song.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello everyone, and how are you all doing tonight? I hope that you are all having a fabulous, amazing night tonight. I hope that you are ready to hear the contradictions of Chris. That is what we are going to be talking about today. Since I haven't really broken down what Chris has been talking about when it comes to Victory with Ash, I thought we would get together tonight, react to his latest live stream that he did today, explaining to us what Ash's plan is with Victory with Ash. Allegedly, Ash has called him, and so he went live to let us know all about that. And we'll just be talking about why what Chris is saying about Victory with Ash is actually very, very silly and kind of contradicts itself, which maybe doesn't make sense to you now. Maybe you haven't heard Chris's live stream from earlier, but I promise by the end of this stream, you will be going, yeah, that's actually kind of funny. What a silly man that Chris is. And Chris is here in the chat tonight. He says, it's me again. Have fun with it. And then by the end of the intro song, he's angry at me. I don't know what happened. I hadn't even come out here and said anything yet, but he somehow turned on me. Chili says, I knew you were a naysayer all along. And he says, yes, a naysayer to this channel. Dun, 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 dun. Every day. Jelly's like, sing. Lawyer up, that's what I say. And I'm like, what for? I'm with Jelly Snack. Regarding what? I don't understand. Hear me roar, roar. Are you the lion? What happened to the carnivore diet? Are you still doing that, by the way? People keep asking me about it, but you guys don't, like, ever talk about that, you know? I haven't heard you say anything about it since, well, it's been a year now, hasn't it? Washing machines. Heating and air conditioning. We say nay, we say nay. Good to see you. All your dreams will decay, yes. Well, it's like, I've been going around singing that song. And I'm like, yeah, I get stuck in my head sometimes too. Along with the other one, I'll go around singing, I don't steal your cash or time. Your time ain't mine. What's the matter, Queen? Are you scared? I don't know what I'm supposed to be scared about. I have no clue what happened. What happened? I hadn't even said anything. And then Chris says the Queen only believes in what she thinks is right. I don't get my information about multi-level marketing out of my ass. I get it from the Federal Trade Commission. It's the Security Exchange Commission, TINA.org. You know, the regulatory agencies that follow the MLMs and actually provide us with our information about them. And I do my own research into this one. Yeah, we are the cult of Queen here. Whatever you say, Chris. A lot of times Queen spreads info we give her. It's true. I'm not a very good cult leader. I'm taking a collection of things that we all notice about this, and I put it together and present it to my audience and say, look at this. Isn't this crazy? What do you guys think about this? And then I let you give me your opinions. I don't think I'm doing a good job at leading this cult. It's awful. It's awful. And you can tell me I'm wrong. It's just, I ask that you provide me with more proof other than because Ash Mufareh says so. You know, like, I need some proof. Like, if you say, Queen, what proof do you have that this commission-based type of business is not successful? I can give you proof of that. I can give you statistics. I have graphs that I do. You can go to my personal Facebook right now and see graphs that I just put up. And a whole post I did about why I speak out about multi-level marketing, for example. I post about this stuff all day long. On my community tab here on YouTube, you will see several posts of me speaking out about different companies. I tend to read a lot of Behind MLM. Me and Danny DeHeck write on his website. You know, I read a lot of what Tina has to say, along with anyone that really does articles on this. I'm constantly reading on this information, educating myself. I have never just thought of things on my own without any type of resource or source. And sometimes, as Jelly Snack brings up, they're my source. Hello, sweet God. Good to see you. Good to see you. Useless fellow, Chris. That's right. Apex predators do not graze. That's right. Violet says, we are banned on your channel, but neither Queen nor the mods will block you here. No, I only block people that are, like, very, very much out of line. You know, very much. Chris, that's a lie, because you've actually even blocked me on Sherry Dursaway's channel. Do you remember that? I covered it on my channel here. So if you don't, give me some time, and by the end of the night, I can post up a video of me proving that you blocked me on her channel. I was very upset about it. So there was that. Also, yes, you have blocked us from your channel. So you can't be like, I have not blocked anyone. You have. You guys block a lot of people. Constantly blocking people. Even Chris should be taken to court and prevented from coming out. Even at this age, he keeps lying without any sense. That's a very fair statement. The thing is that if Chris keeps going with Ash Mufareh like this, he might be named in the next SEC lawsuit. I mean, they deposed Jeffrey Morlock, and they would have deposed more people had they not reached the settlement, but you just never know. I mean, I always say, look at OneCoin. They didn't just go after Ruja and the top people, like they're still going after people. Let's talk about you, Queen, and that story you posted a few weeks ago. Which one? Which story that I posted a few weeks ago? I post so many stories, Chris. You'll have to be more specific. Oh, wow, she has graphs. It's not a hard graph to make. Like 99% of people lose money. 1% of people make money. I bet you could make it. I have left everything to Queen in my will. Chris is a big fraud. Ash has destroyed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people in India and is continuing to ruin their futures. This is a true statement. And again, if you needed evidence of this true statement, I could provide you with evidence. And I have in the past shown you evidence of people, especially from India, going, where is our money? I took out loans for this. I've been here for 4 years. I've been here for 5 years. I've been here for 8 years. What is going on? I haven't made a cent. We still don't have a product. Now we're on a bridge. What is happening? I've shown it. Chris, you should do a debate and discussion with Queen. You should sometime. You should sometime. It seems you did not like what people said about you. I don't know which one you're referring to. People say a lot about me, right? You're here saying a lot about me right now. Like, are you referring to something you said about me? Something that somebody else said about me? Like, what did they say? Don DeGarmo, Chris, keep Marty's name out of your backstabbing mouth. So maybe stop. Maybe don't do that. Just saying. So not a very nice response, Chris. That was not very nice, Chris. That was not a very nice response to that. That is actually Marty's family in the chat, by the way. So just, be a little more respectful, maybe. I mean, you don't have to, but just a suggestion. Oh, wow, Chris is here. Yes, he's been here the whole time. Like, Chris. Why'd you block Mr. McNair here? You come in here, you're like, I don't block anyone. And then everyone's like, I'm blocked. Yeah, I'm also blocked. Me too. So, like, what's going on, Chris? See, if we can't even trust you with something like that, all right? Because you're the moderator on that channel, Chris. You're a moderator on her channel. You have a wrench there. Like, the people in my chat right now with wrenches could block you out of the chat, but they won't because you're way too entertaining. But you can block, and you blocked me out of Sherry Dursaway's chat the one day. And I wasn't the only one there either, Chris. There were a couple other people that were watching the stream with me that watched it happen. So, like, before you're like, no, I never did that, that never happened, like I said, like, just stop. No plausible deniability anymore. It's a little bit ridiculous, you know? Don't do that. Don't come and lie, you know? I'm just saying. And, oh man, this is not someone regular from our channel. This is a true former founder who you ruined his life. Yeah, there's a lot of them that have been reaching out over the last several months that are very upset. You know? And I'm just hoping that the SEC is still, you know, getting the money with Ash Mufareh to give it back as much as they can. That's what their plan is right now. It just sucks because since they settled, and this is why I believe Ash was really pushing for a settlement, since they settled, like, that information might not be public now. So it'd be hard for us to get information on what exactly is going on with all of that in future. People say things about us all the time. Be a bit specific. That's what I said. I was like, wait, who and where and what was it? You're going to have to, literally, I have people talking about me every day, Chris. You're going to have to narrow it down. You can't be like, a few weeks ago when you brought up somebody talking about you. I'm like, I probably bring that up a few times a week. What do you mean? Even like Danny will do live streams and be like, here's a bunch of websites that are fake made about me. But like, we don't make it on here doing what we do, speaking out about scams, unless we have our orange sweater people. Bring Chris live as well. How many years will you keep ruining things like this? Everything in life has an end except their endless excuses. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just going to keep on going and going and going and going, you know? That's too bad. That's too bad. All speculation. Well, see, the thing is, Chris, you don't have a clue either. You don't have a clue either. And that's the problem, is that you're coming out here and you're opening your mouth publicly, making promises to, you're going to tell us in a little bit, allegedly over 500,000 people, all right, that are members for Victory with Ash, right, Chris? You're promising over 500,000 people, according to your own words, which I will play in a moment, that Ash is going to be their personal trainers now. Private trainers. He's going to be a private trainer for 500,000 people? You know? I don't know. I don't know.
Hey. Well, look, it's me. I'm back again. What do you know? This could, listen. First
At least you didn't take a drink this time. I'll give you that.
of all, so let me apologize. I had it on a different setting, and I should have realized it when I didn't see the comments. Thank you for coming back. And this example I'm about to give you is why we need personal trainers, because you know what? My personal trainer, Ash Mufareh, called me and said, Chris, I deleted the last one. He said, Chris, I think you're on private. I never would have figured that out unless my personal trainer called me to say, hey, man, let me get you back on the right track. And
You literally did a whole stream on private, and Ash had to call you and tell you to get back on track. What's even crazier about this whole thing is that Ash is watching Chris make these outlandish claims and promises about what Victory with Ash is going to give these people. And he's apparently all for it, which means in future, if the SEC comes knocking, Ash Mufareh cannot say, I don't know anything about Chris Johnson telling 500,000 people that I would be their personal trainer and that they would all eventually make money underneath me. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Literally. He won't be able to say that because he's watching these. He's in the chat making comments, which we also have screenshots of. And Chris is even doing these live streams like, I did a private live and Ash Mufareh called me up on the phone and said, hey, by the way, you're not like public right now. You might want to go public. So obviously he's watching all of them.
This is what I want to talk about. Number one, I want to start off by saying we have hit the half of a million mark with over 500,000 people that have joined Victory with Ash. I'm excited. Ash Mufareh is excited. The people are excited. And I don't want anyone to worry. Those numbers are going to go through the roof as each person privately puts out.
500,000. 500,000. Which is funny because when I look up how many people are going to the website, okay, there's no more than 3,000 people going to the website worldwide every month. So explain to me how you have 500,000 people signed up for this thing.
Message to individuals, but everyone's going to get in. Be patient. Just be patient. And this is what I want to talk about today. I mean, I've got a million things going through my mind now because I messed up a little bit. I'm a human being. I'm going to make mistakes. But thank God I had a personal trainer. And actually, a lot of you text me, Chris, we can't see you. What's going on? Well, the reason you didn't see me is because maybe you're not subscribed. I don't know, but I'm not going to get into that part.
No, you're doing a private video that they have to have the link directly in order to watch it. And I don't know about private lives and how that works. I've never done one of those before. Queen in India, especially in Hyderabad, once invited a police commissioner as the chief guest and brought an entire district police department as on passive founders. According to what we were told, this is part of the problem, the commissioner, Raghunath, did not know that a scam was happening. If even people in the police department end up supporting companies that turn out to be fraudulent, what can a con man do? Exactly. That's my issue as well. Multi-level marketing schemes are legal, and they are pyramid schemes. Many go one step further into being commercial cults. They use coercive control tactics, the same ones that are used in religious cults, in political extremist cults, same ones that are used in domestic violence relationships. And so to me, that makes it a little bit worse than a pyramid scheme, right? See, the thing about scams is, scammers call up random people on the phone. You go watch Scammer Pays Back, you go watch Kit Boga. Who are they taking out? They're taking out people in call centers that are calling strangers. What makes MLMs so evil is that they say, hey, sign up your aunt, sign up your mom, sign up your sister and your best friend, your kid's godparents, sign up all the people that are closest to you. And it just makes it a little bit more predatory and exploitative to me than your typical pyramid scheme, which doesn't usually take it that one step further. These ones, to me, are even more evil than your typical Ponzi or pyramid because it's so personal. And there's something just really gross about that, right? And that's kind of my argument on here. That's why I do what I do every day. speaking out about these, because what I'm saying is that should not be a thing. We should not be allowing these things that are pyramid schemes, but worse, even more culty, to be legal under the guise of multi-level marketing so that the damn DeVos family can stay rich. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Let's not do that anymore. Enough of that. All right? They've been legal for fucking decades, and they haven't been able to regulate themselves properly. Like, they can't stop breaking the damn law, taking people's money, doing this unethically. So enough. Enough then. See, this is why we can't have nice things. Right? Like, that's the issue. And so it makes it extra hard to fight against them because they are technically legal scams. You know? Because of this stupid loophole that was made in 1979, for fuck's sakes. And until we all kind of, like, I'm in Canada, you know, I'm kind of bitching about the US right now. India's kind of in the same boat. But, you know, the US wants to be the big, powerful country, the most progressive country when it comes to things like the law. So let's change that law everywhere. Let's make them illegal everywhere. Because I have yet to see a multi-level marketing scheme that people are successful only selling the product. All of them involve recruitment. You need to recruit to rank up. Therefore, that's a fucking pyramid scheme. Like, why are we pretending? We gotta stop playing pretend just so that like 5 people can stay fucking billionaires. So that the rest of the working class people out here in the world keep getting fucking ripped off by these things. Or having to watch their families and their friends get ripped off by these things. You know? That's my issue. You know? Because she's talking about me. My lawyer loves this. Probably because he doesn't have to do anything. You're paying him to just watch my videos then. Because his jelly snack says it's fair use. And I do more than enough to make it transformative. Listen, I talk a lot. All right, and some people think it's annoying. But do you know how many times it has actually saved me legally? Do you know how many times my slideshows have come in handy? You may think that they're just silly. But there's a method to my madness. We talk about what a dumbass you are all the time. Why are you here tonight? Yeah. We do this all the time. Chris, you should react to Queen reacting to you. That would be interesting. Do not redeem! Do not redeem the card! Hey, Salome! He stole it from me, Chris. I'm just saying. I only did 2 MLMs. Yep. I did 2 MLMs. That's right. And instead of just being upset for myself and going off and crying in a corner somewhere, I said, why are these things oppressing all of society? We need to speak out about this. We need to stop them from hurting everybody, not just me. This can't be just about me. This has to be about saving society. I'm very selfish like that. There's a lot of projection going on in here. It won't be hard to wipe the floor with you. You won't be wearing your glasses and you can't see it coming. You know, that's kind of true. I thought you guys weren't an MLM, though. I'm getting very confused as to what Victory with Ash is. I thought it wasn't an MLM. Now it's an MLM again. I thought this was just an educational platform and a bridge. Do you see why maybe you should stop talking, Chris? Just saying. You know, just stop it. Yeah, the SEC, though, is hoping to pay people back. I don't know if they're going to be paying people back from Hyderabad or how that's looking, or like what their plan is for it. Because like I said, since it's a settlement, all that stuff is going to be kind of like hush hush now. Chris Johnson takes money from the poorest people on the planet. He even took money from a guy with no arms. You know? Camp courts, they tried their best. They tried their best to control Chris and Ash. They shut down on passive. And then Ash made victory with Ash, which he wasn't supposed to do. They fined him $4 million and fined on passive $4 million. They made him pay back a bunch in disgorgement and told him he wasn't allowed to hype anything or have anything that pays out commissions or any type of commission-based business structure underneath him, and he can't have other people promote any type of public business for him. But yet, here we are. And that's really the problem, you know? Chris, at least you aren't coming on every day giving these poor people false hope. That was hard to watch. Think about living in squalor in Papua New Guinea, hanging on every word you were saying. Yeah, he doesn't. They don't think about those things. They don't really care. They don't really care. I'm not here to stop you. I'm not here to stop you. I mean, if you want to continue going and you and Ash want to end up sued, even worse, by the SEC, that's up to you, dude. Like, that doesn't do anything. That's the thing. Whether people join on passive or not doesn't make any difference to me. You're the only one that gets something out of people based on their decision. Not me, Chris. See, you need them to be in it for you to win it, right? That's how you'll make money off of them. Even if not now, in future, right, Chris? In 8 years when the director bar is gone. Because that's the thing, there's a director's bar. So, Ash can't run anything for 8 years. Did you miss that? You guys are breaking the law, and then you're getting mad at me because I'm like, look at these silly people breaking the law. That's what's going on here. Failing in MLMs is the right way to do it, I argue. I say, what are you talking about? 99% of people fail. All right? That means the majority does it right. When are you going to realize that? You failed it on passive, and you will never be successful in Victory with Ash or the Big, Bold, Beautiful Nightmare. It's true. It's a trade learning program. Oh, just wait. It's going to get better tonight.
I want everyone to see this message. So I was sitting here today. We got 4 inches of snow. My neighbor, she's 90 years old. She always, Chris, you're going to shovel my snow, which I always do. But I was in that mood like, man, I don't really want to go out. It's cold. It's like 25 degrees. The wind's blowing. It's yucky out. Something I don't even like to do anymore, but I know I have to do it. If she didn't take Chris, are you going to come shovel my snow? I might have thought about it. You know, I don't know. And this is where I'm saying Victory with Ash, my opinion, I believe is going to be your own, my own personal trainers. They're going to come in and they're going to teach you the right way. Years ago, I was a personal trainer for it was called Nautilus Gym. I loved it. I got to teach people the right way. I would see people come in and do these exercises. I'm thinking, what are they doing? They're going to hurt.
So you think that Ash is going to be like a personal trainer to everyone when it comes to business?
Themselves. And of course, I came along and I'm thinking, man, I can help this person out, which I did. Now, in today's society, a lot of you have personal trainers for exercise. Why? Because those people push you in the right direction. They motivate you to do better. This is why I love personal trainers. Victory with Ash, personal trainers. My Peloton bike, I have this big camera on there. Now, I've ridden this bike when it's yucky out without the camera, without my personal trainer on there, and I don't get a good workout. But when I turn on that screen and I've got choices of millions of personal trainers, they come on there. They push me. They push me to go the extra mile, the extra 5 miles, the extra 30 minutes. That's why I love it. If we didn't have personal trainers in our lives, a lot of us would stay sitting on that couch watching TV instead of going out and being pushed. And I could use the word pushed. I want to push people to success. I want to push people to having learning and education, learning something that a lot of people have never seen before. That's what having a personal trainer is all about. Again, I'll use an example. Ash Mufareh calls me. I'm like, uh-oh, something's wrong. I did something wrong. Chris, I think you're on private. I wouldn't have figured that out, honest to God. Now, I normally do this all the time, right? I hit the wrong button somewhere, but I had no idea why I couldn't see anyone's comments. Now I can see all my beautiful family, all of you. And I'll call you out in a couple minutes, but let's just discuss personal trainers, all right?
Okay.
Whether they're at your job, all right, whether they're in your neighborhood, I want people to push me. Chris, hey, looks like you gained some extra weight. Let me see if I can help you out. I call that a personal trainer. I call that people that care about me. Hey, Chris, you need to go do something about this before it's too late, all right? And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Victory with Ash is going to be our own personal trainers. And I have no idea exactly what's going to be taught in this amazing platform, but I know it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be easy. I have an idea of some of the things Ash Mufareh said about online business, offline business, anything personal. And I need that. I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm 60 years old. I said the other day, man, I don't really want to learn anything else anymore, but I do. The truth is we have people in here from the age of 50 all the way up into the 90s that are saying, you know what? I do want to learn something new.
So it's going to be a platform where Ash is going to be like your personal trainers. All 500,000 of you, he'll be your personal trainer in how to run a business. Is that what you're saying? I don't know how this answers my question. I don't even know what this is. I don't get it. I don't get it. Are we just supposed to forget the last 8 years? You can if you want. Okay. All this pseudo-motivational talk is not leading to anyone succeeding. That's the issue here. Exactly. And that's all it's going to be, right? Old people are the easiest to scam. Elderly people are very vulnerable. And they don't know as much about technology as people that are younger. My generation was the first generation to really grow up with technology. And I didn't even have a computer lab in my public school until I was in 7th grade. Before that, there was like 3 classrooms that had a little computer in it, and we all had to line up and take turns printing our reports off of the computer, and it would take all day long. Like, I remember that in school. That was a thing, you know? That was a thing. Well, what's wrong with being gay? Chris? What's wrong with being gay? Do you have a problem with people that are gay? I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand how we started doing hate crimes in the comment section all of a sudden. Things have escalated. Things have escalated so quickly. And it's too much. This is too much for my brain on a Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. What is happening? I don't understand. I don't understand the implying that people are gay as an insult thing. Well, then maybe don't use it as an insult, Chris. All right? Coming from someone who's bisexual. Shut up again. Again, shut up. You're doing that thing again where you talk too much and you make yourself look dumb. Stop it. if you can't be here and you can't control yourself, okay, because I'm not going to protect you. I gave up on that like 2 years ago, buddy. All right, I came to this so nice to you. Okay. To the point where even my chat was like, Jesus Christ, Queen, get that these people are fucking scammers. All right, so I gave up on you. So I'm not going to protect you. I'm not going to stop you from looking foolish. But for your own good, and if you, okay, this is like the, I have a black friend. It's just stupid. All right, that's what this is. Okay? That's all this is. So we don't do this here. If you can't be in the chat while we're talking about you without committing straight up what's considered hate crimes in my country of Canada here, we're just randomly hating on gay people in the chat for no reason. Just like out of nowhere. Just start calling people gay as an insult. You know what's going on. You know, if you can't stop yourself from doing that and being so childish, then you should just walk away right now from the computer, buddy. Just like, all right, enough internet for the day. Go do something else. Go do your yard work there. You know, go do something else. Because that's not going to change anyone's mind about you being a crappy person. You know, you would think that your point of being here would be to say that we're wrong about you in that way. You know? So I don't understand why you would act so crazy. You know? We thought you were the good guy, Chris. Then we saw your true colors when you stuck by Ash. That's true. I'm good. I'm not falling for the bait. That's because Chris is also like, I don't... Okay, so what if I was gay? Maybe I do have a boyfriend. What's it to you? Like, you know what I mean? Like when someone tries to call me trans as an insult. That's like a new thing. I guess with men, they'll call you gay as an insult. With women, it's trans as an insult. And I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like now this person that just insulted me doesn't want to sleep with me, probably. Whatever will I do? Like, you know. Everyone who is here is engaged. We aren't just writing I love on passive over and over again. It's true. It's true. It's true.
Who does not want to be successful? Why wouldn't you take the steps?
See, that's the thing. I want you to be successful. It's just, this is not the way that you're going to be successful because Ash doesn't have the expertise and the knowledge that you seem to think he has or the experience at all. He doesn't have any of those things. He's lying about his education and his entire background, which I've already proven on my channel numerous times. So, like, you can't be like this guy who's completely fake and has faked his entire history of success is now going to teach all of us how to be successful. And that is going to be success. Do you see how that makes no sense? You know?
Especially when it's being offered to you for absolutely free to go learn something new. And there's going to be people, well, what can he teach you? That's the good question. What can he teach you? Think about it. He's going to teach you. You think he's just doing this for the heck of it? It's costing him money. It ain't costing us a nickel, a penny, a dime to get in there. And why am I screaming?
Which then makes me worried because that's the thing is why would he do that? Why would he just do that? You know, I guess he has pocketed a lot of millions of dollars. So there is that. I guess there's that. But it also makes me worry because he's making you do a KYC when you don't have to buy anything. So he's collecting all of your personal data and then giving you something for free without allegedly wanting anything in return. a lot of red flags here, you know?
Because I'm trying to tell you, if you don't even check this out, I'm sorry for you. That means you don't want to, your life is perfect the way it is. And I'm going to tell you right now, nobody's life is perfect the way it is until you get to that point where it is perfect, because now you're happy. Most of you are probably not happy with your life. Some of you might be, but most of you have not gotten to the place where you really want to live. You want to do the traveling. You want to do the buying the good food and the good clothes.
I mean, in this economy, probably true. But then doesn't that make it even more disgusting that you want to then prey on people with something like this that you know is going to fucking fail? Does that make it even more gross?
Now, this classroom that we're going to be going to in Victory with Ash, I believe is going to put you in a position to be able to do anything, almost anything in business, personal. That's why I'm excited about it. Listen, I'm retired 60-year-old fart here. I'm sorry. That's it. And I'm thinking, I look around in your life. Is this really how you want to live the rest of your life? And you have no idea what's going to happen in your future. All right. I just have a big crisis with my brother. That's scary.
And that's the thing. If you waste your time here, it's not going to push you ahead. You could be spending your time doing real education, taking real college courses, going to actual trade school, something that will actually advance you in life. Instead, Chris Johnson wants to take you away from doing that and stick you in this platform waiting around for 8 years, with a bunch of motivational hoopla until Ash Mufareh can run an MLM company again. And then they're going to want you to join their MLM company with their hands out. And then, again, less than 1% of people can make a livable wage in an MLM company. So, once again, you'll be unhappy. Right? That's my issue with this. And Chris is actively saying this will be better than all education. He has stated in the past it would be better than elementary school education for children, better than high school education for teenagers, better than college and university for the young adults and adults. The last time he said it would be better than trade school even. It should replace all education. And now not only is it replacing all education, but it's also private trading from Ash Mufareh himself, even though there's 500,000 of them. And it will continue to grow. He's going to be a private trader for every single person on the face of the earth, apparently. Hello, Mr. Level. Good to see you. You know, it's the real Chris Johnson. Chris's brother has been here many times and told us the truth about what is happening with Chris. When Chris talks about being on a boat, it's his brother's boat. So, Mr. Level, I have a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Even if you have a boat, though, you realize that most people in On Passive don't have a boat. This is like the rich influencer who comes online and is like, hi, I just went and got my a $13 mocha coffee. And then me and my girlfriends went shopping. And I got a whole bunch of Chanel. And then we all went and bought diamonds at Benjamin's. And then my husband took me on a private jet. Aren't I so relatable? And you're like, next time I hope this bitch's jet fucking crashes and burns, okay? Next time I hope it crashes and burns. It's just completely out of touch. Completely out of touch. Sir, you're going into places like Papua New Guinea going, I have a boat. Come join my scale. You know what I mean? What is that? What is that? Well, the real Chris Johnson, please stand up. You know? It's not the flex that you think it is. It's like, yeah, you had a successful life and you reached a decent retirement, and then instead of actually doing good with the rest of your time on earth, you decided to prey on vulnerable people and steal their money to support some asshole. You know? Not a good look. But we're all glad you got the boat, Chris. I'd much rather get taught by a scammer instead of going to trade school. Right? It's like, what's he going to teach us? How to steal $108 million and then move it in crypto? I think I saw an old stream Christmas 2022 or so where supposedly the Academy was done. Yeah, right? Isn't that what they always say? It's like, this is basically just Academy, although it's only Ash teaching them instead of all of them being able to teach and make money, right? It's like a shittier version. You know? A shittier version. Hi, Angel. Good to see you. That's all this is. I doubt Ash could teach me much. Not talking about scamming, at least not in computer science or related fields. Exactly. Even marketing. He doesn't have his degree in marketing. So why would I go to him to learn about marketing? When I can literally go to an accredited college and actually learn actual marketing. Right? Oh, because it's free? Like, okay. Why would anyone want to associate themselves with Ash Mufareh? Right? When you look up his name, you get the SEC litigation. Hey, Joe, good to see you. I hope you had a good dinner. You know?
Scared the living heck out of me. Thank you for all the prayers, by the way. Woo! That's a touchy subject, but we just don't know what's going to happen in life. You know, I'm finding out more and more that there's so many things broken, not just in America, but through the world. And I believe Victory with Ash is going to teach us how to unbreak those things, how to be successful, how to educate yourself on everything. That works. That absolutely works.
And it's like, none of you are successful. And you've been following Ash Mufareh for 8 years. So why would we now come here to learn how to be successful from Ash Mufareh and all of you?
All right. So having a personal trainer, all right, and by the way, I had the great example, Chris, you're not doing that right.
Oh.
I wouldn't have known. I'm on a bench press. I'm benching 300 pounds, and a guy comes by and he puts it, Chris, you're not doing that right. You should be pushing with your chest, not your legs and your back. People are helping people. Victory with Ash, there you go. People that are helping people.
No, it's not going to be like Academy. It's literally just Ash and then his little geniuses, if you ask Mike Ellis, by the way, teaching you how to run your business. But then this isn't a business, so you won't be able to put your skills to use for another 8 years. Make sure you hold on to all the knowledge. Hopefully, Ash donates his brain to science. That's where we are really going to learn some things, right? Right? People scamming people. Mm-hmm.
That's what we want. It's not about anything else. Ash Mufareh wants to pick people up, not knock them down. He wants to educate people on what really is going on with this new big beautiful business that's coming our way, and about everything. I said it the other day.
And about everything. There isn't someone that can educate us on everything. Lord.
If you own a business and you've never even heard about this, it's free to come in and check out what it's all about. It's not going to cost you nothing. Why not learn? You might have a successful business out there, but don't you want to be more successful in that business?
Oh my God.
You don't know that this course that you're going to take might take your business you have already and put it over the top.
Again, though, what's on the market right now in comparison okay? It's people that actually have the education and experience that are teaching. And you can't go take really cheap or even free courses in a lot of the things that I promise you Ash will be teaching here. Because it's just going to be MLM bullshit. That's all it's going to be, like all the other MLM coaching programs. You can find that stuff for free elsewhere from people that actually were more successful than Ash Mufareh in MLMs. Lots of them. Ash Mufareh isn't exactly in the top 1 percentile. So it's like, why?
That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you check it out? You could sit there and talk about all kind of crazy things, but until you do it, it doesn't get done. Ash Mufareh is making it get done. He wants you to come in there and succeed. Everything, I mean, over 500,000 people have joined Victory with Ash, I don't know, from a month ago or however long it was. This is an amazing feat. All right. It's not saying, oh, come in, we're going to charge you. Hey, you're going to. No, it's all free. It's just simple knowledge that's going to teach us some amazing things.
Yeah, but then it's not that valuable, is it? Like, think about it. You get what you pay for.
And I am so darn excited about that. But if you don't get a personal trainer in your life, whether it's spiritual, physical, mental, you're going to stay in the same spot. All right.
See, it's like the way that he sets this up is like Ash is going to be teaching them everything that you would ever need to know in life ever. All right. Every single subject, every single trade, every single course, every single anything that could ever happen in life, any opportunity, he'll teach it, right? And that's what's going to be happening here. And you'll come here and you'll learn it for free. And it's like, dude, that's a ridiculous concept. Just think about that for 2 seconds and what that would entail. That means that you're saying that Ash is an expert at all of these different things. Expert at running a business and marketing and blah, blah, blah. I don't even think he's an expert at any of the MLM bullshit things, right? But then you're also claiming he's an expert at teaching in every single trade? That he'll be better than my daughter's math teacher at teaching her math? Like, it's like, really think about what you're promising people. These are some grandiose promises. And it's just like one after the other. Like the last 4 streams you've done have been nothing but these grandiose promises about what Victory with Ash is. And it's frustrating because Ash was all like, don't hype it up, don't promote it, don't tell people it's going to be this crazy, amazing thing. This is like an opportunity you have to apply for. And then he's sitting here watching this, commenting during them. So this has really turned into On Passive 2.0 at this point. We're hyping it up just like they hyped up On Passive. We're lying about the number of people that are members here, just like they did on Passive, which the SEC proved further after we put it out there as a accusation, I guess you could say. The SEC was like, yes, they only have this many. They said they had 1.4 million people, but the SEC could only find 800,000. Which is still a fucking lot of people to rip off with this thing. But I do not think that they have 500,000 right now. I believe that's a lie. You know? So everything is a lie here that Chris is saying, and it's frustrating that Ash is there watching it. It's like they haven't learned shit. And this is, again, why. Like, how many times do we have to do this with these MLM people? They don't fucking learn. Look, they get fined. The SEC shuts their shit down. And they just keep going. That's even when you get them shut down. Like, what the fuck, dude? Insanity. That's insanity.
You can go on the internet and study anything you want.
Like, get these fuckers in jail already, enough.
All right, but if you don't have someone leading you in the right direction, you can read oh yeah, that sounds good. But are you going to do something about it? A personal trainer is going to come in. I'm sorry to say it this way, and they're going to kick your butt, motivate you. They're going to lift you up and explain to you why you need this. Why you need this. Ask yourself this question. Why do I need Victory with Ash? I could give you 1,000,001 reasons, guys. 1,000,001 reasons.
All right, give me 10. Give me 10 in your next live. I want 10 different reasons why somebody with or without a business should join Victory with Ash. Just why somebody should join and what they'll get out of it. You said you could do it.
So get out there. All right. Start thinking look around. When you wake up that alarm clock in the morning and you got to go to that job that you really don't like, think about it. Do I want to do this for 20? I said it for myself.
Braylon says, I want to learn for free and become a doctor, lawyer, plumber, teacher, electrician, mechanic, accountant. That's what I mean. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's ridiculous and silly. But it's frustrating because it's like, then there are actually people that believe this. And it's like, I don't know how we got here, but I know how we got here, and I've explained it the whole way. But I'm just like, God, guys, come on. You got to know that Ash Mufareh is not like a guru of everything. So like when Chris is coming out here making these claims, it's just like, it sounds so crazy. It's insane. Now Chris will go live tomorrow and brag about he defended Ash and put us in our place. Right? It's like, Lord. He'll go live and play the victim for sympathy too. Oh well. He usually does. Oh, those people were streaming about me again the other day, and I was in the chat. And the guy told them that, Ash is going to be the best thing ever. He'll teach them all one day. And then I called them all sissy gays. And I'm going to be like, what the fuck, Chris? That happens. I'll react to it right away. Don't worry. I won't make you wait.
Do I want to do this for 30 years? I did it for 32 years. I was miserable. Yeah.
This? No, you didn't. You weren't training people either. You were working. Like, he always talks about how awful his job was. He called Ants the sissy.
I made money, but I was miserable. I'm excited about this coming out of the retirement and just starting this up and learning. All right. I think it's a good thing. All right. Let me say hi to a few people again. I apologize.
Again, though, it's like they could be learning right now for free on other platforms. Even right here on YouTube, you can find a lot of things that will teach you a lot of really cool things for free. Straight up. Just literally type in how to and then anything you want to learn. I guarantee you at least a few videos will pop up. All right. It's an amazing platform. If you go on Google and you search it, and you'll probably search several different platforms. I don't know. Find even more. Right? You could be doing that. Instead, though, you're sitting around in the Victory with Ash platform waiting for whenever Ash Mufareh decides to start uploading these educational videos. And you're just trying to add 10 people within 100 days instead of learning anything. So you're in a standstill, just like this business is in a standstill. Everything's always in a fucking standstill, and you're not progressing at all in life. You're just sitting around and waiting. You know? Like the song that we keep using. by the light, which is literally called So I Say You're Waiting. Okay? It's insanity. That's my issue. And who knows how long we'll be doing that for. It will at least be into the new year, right? We know it'll be probably at least another month or so that we'll be doing that for. And then who knows? I doubt that by the end of January, Ash will start uploading these amazing educational videos that are going to teach you how to be an electrician. You know, like, I doubt it. So who knows how long you're going to wait? Probably around 8 years if I had to guess, but that's why I hate these fucking MLMs. They just put you in a standstill. You're not actually learning and growing. You're just learning how to be better indoctrinated into their cults. That's all it is. That's all it's for.
Guys, who's this? Virginia, how you doing? What's happening? Brian, how you doing? Kiana, how you doing? I know Diane Lennon's in there somewhere. Lister T, what's happening? I want to thank everyone who came back. All right. To me, it's not about the number. It's about the message. You could share this if you want. You don't have to. I don't tell you to. But I'm trying to get you guys as your personal trainer. I want to be your personal trainer. I want you to be able to bench 500 pounds. I want you to be able to run 10 miles. I want you to be able to have a successful business. Personal trainers help, and we are going to have the best of the best personal trainers through Ash Mufareh and his amazing team.
See, now it's personal trainers, huh? Chris, I thought you said that you weren't personal trainers.
And all his educators. And I'll say it again. I'm excited. All right. MRA, Mere Affiliate, how you doing? Gina Leva, how you doing? Tanya Hennard, how you doing? France, AI Francine, how you doing? Man, I really need reading glasses is what it is. Ishirwa, how you doing? Everyone, how are you doing? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you excited about it? Because you
right, Joe, he might as well. He might as well go to the doctor and find out. Because at this point, like, he doesn't even wear them when he's supposed to. Like, put on the glasses then. He's like, oh, I can't read because I need my read. You have them. Put them on your face. Lord.
You should be. You should be. I believe it's going to take you anywhere you want. But yes.
It's like, I'm supposed to believe that Chris Johnson is going to solve my problems and the problems of everyone in the world when he can't even solve the problem of why he cannot see to read his screen when he needs glasses on to do it, and the glasses are sitting probably on the table next to him. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just not confident that I can come here and learn much.
You have to do the work. This is going to be a flawless teaching course that's going to change all of our lives, and I'm excited. And all you negative people out there, they say, oh, come on, Chris. Guess what? I'm telling you, come on with Chris. All right? Come on with all these individuals that are on here. We want to help change your life. We want you to succeed. We want you to learn something, because right now, what are you learning at your job but to throw parts? Maybe sit at a desk. You're making someone a lot of money and you're spending a lot of hours doing it. It's time you worked for yourself. It's time.
A lot of people have to continue education in their careers, Chris. Constantly. In social work, you're constantly doing new certifications, new trainings, constantly learning. I'm just saying, like, the way that you view careers is bizarre to me. And you'll learn a hell of a lot more going into a job every single day than you will sitting around adding 10 people into a Victory with Ash platform and then listening to this guy for 15 minutes yell at you about how great it is. I'd be happy if he came on here and read out of a book or something. Like, let's start learning. That's right. I learned to sit at a desk today. As that you probably learned more than Chris did. It's a Temu chat GPT. Except when you work for yourself, you go from working 8 hours a day to like 16 hours a day. That's right. Especially in an MLM. MLMs are all like around the clock working. I'm on vacation and I made a sale. Hashtag work from home. And you're like, yeah, usually when you go on vacation, you're not working, hunty. That's hello. Like, that's the point of the vacation. They're like, I was going to bed last night. It was almost midnight. And then someone messaged me for an emergency gift sale. And I made a sale at 11:59 p.m. You're like, that sounds awful. I don't like that. When I get home at 5 o'clock, I don't got to think about work again until 8 the next morning. What do you mean? Gosh. It's like, even when I have worked in sales where I have had a phone where I've been kind of on call, where like they can call me, you know, you're getting callbacks and you have a work phone. I've had a couple jobs like that before. Even then, it's like after 9 p.m., I'm not taking no more calls. like there's always a cutoff time, right? But MLMs, nope, round the clock. You have to be really disciplined. And in every other job, they will promote you being disciplined if you have to do work outside of the workspace. And you have to like take work home. They'll be like, don't work too hard. You know, make sure you get a good rest. I feel like MLMs are the exact opposite. This whole hustle culture thing is literally like, make it so that you're making money every second of the day and working around the clock. Passive income, but you're working around the clock all the time.
You learned on your own with the greatest personal trainers in the world. All right. Don't forget that. I got to go because now I'm so fired up. I do have to go shovel snow. Thank God I got a 90-year-old personal trainer that says, get over here and shovel my snow. And I got a CEO who says, Chris, you're not doing it right. Start over. Personal trainers save time. They save lives. They make your life better. They make it healthier. Welcome to Victory with Ash. And we are going to rock this out. Don't stop talking about it and stay excited, but you're all going to get in. I can promise you that. You're all going to get in. Let's do this together. I love you all. God bless. Happy birthday if you got a birthday today. If you're sick, we're praying for you. And again, thank you for all the prayers for my brother. Really need them.
But not all the days Chris doesn't go live. Chris, are you still wishing everybody a happy birthday on your Facebook every day? Or do those people just not get birthday wishes now?
And trust in God, man. I believe God led me to this. I believe God led me to Ash Mufareh, and I haven't been able to shut up since. And I'm very, very excited. I love you all. You have a great day. And if you live near me, come by and help me shovel snow. All right, Brother Ash, again, thank you. And all the individuals that my little personal trainers that reached out to me and said, Chris, I don't know what's going on. I don't see you. I love you all for it. God bless. We'll see you later. Thank you.
Just a little bit of faith manipulation before we say goodbye. You know, personal trainers save lives. Great to know in an emergency when the ambulance takes too long then, right? Make sure you save that live to show the SEC that Ash is aware of people promoting his new scam. Oh, yeah, they're aware. They're aware. You know, we're too busy shoveling our own snow, Chris. Hello, 911. Can you send a personal trainer? There's an emergency. I need you to send me a personal trainer. No, I don't need a fire or ambulance or police. No, Chris Johnson said that they save lives. This is a life or death situation. No, I don't want the ambulance. I want a damn personal trainer. They're like, call the gym. Is there a personal trainer on this flight? Like half the flight stands up. They're all MLM coaches. There's a retreat that weekend. You're getting it now for what the news said. That's right. That's right. We have snow here now. A lot of it. Winter is upon us. So that was Chris Johnson's live. Like I said, he's been saying that Victory with Ash is a lot of things over the last few weeks. So I thought we would just take a moment and discuss the contradictions of Chris. Why Victory with Ash won't be what Chris Johnson claims it will be. Allegedly, this is a brand new opportunity. They keep acting like it's brand new. It's marketed as a fresh platform, but it's simply on passive rebranded after regulatory collapse. Survivors are being funneled into the same exploitative system under a new name. Lillian says choices of millions of trainers. So there are lots of personal trainers. Why then choose Victory with Ash? What's so special? Because it's Ash and his little geniuses that are the trainers. And what does that mean? Exactly. Exactly. This will be a smooth, safe flight. The pilot is a personal trainer. Stand back, personal trainer. Opportunity. That's right. That's right. Allegedly, this was going to replace trade schools. That was the last one that Chris did. If you missed it, you can check it out after this one. Chris said that Victory with Ash was going to replace trade schools. Why do we need those pesky things called trade schooling? Why do people need to pay a bunch of money to go and learn a trade? They could just come do Victory with Ash for free. All right? But trade schools provide accredited hands-on training in skilled professions. Electricians, mechanics, nurses is a trade. Imagine Ash Mufareh teaching you how to be a nurse. All right, horrifying. Victory with Ash offers no accreditation, no curriculum, and no practical training. Claiming it will replace trade schools is absurd because it lacks the infrastructure, recognition, and regulatory approval required for vocational education. Like I keep saying, you can't just come out here and be like, I'm a college. For example, here in Canada, you have to actually apply and get permission to be considered an educational institute here. Same within the USA. There's a certain, you can't just be like, yay, I'm a trade school, for example. We had a whole thing here in Canada several years ago, back in the early 2010s, I remember, where a bunch of fake trade schools were popping up that weren't actually approved, and they weren't accredited. And so people were paying a bunch of money going to school thinking that they got certification, and then when they would go and apply for the jobs, they would be told, no, sorry, you don't have real certification. It's fake. And they busted a whole bunch of schools here. It was a big thing. The RCMP came and were that's our FBI, and they were don't do this. You're all getting shut down. And a bunch of people got hauled off to jail over it. You can't just be we're at school now. You literally can't. What this is this is motivational rhetoric masquerading as education. It's just Ash with his plunger teaching you to unclog the toilet. That's right. The claim about 500,000 members. Inflated numbers are recycled from On Passive's false claims of millions of founders or O-founders. There is no independent evidence of 500,000 verified members. They're just making a pretty little meme that says a number, and then they share it around and then announce it as the truth. This is a psychological tactic to manufacture legitimacy and herd mentality. Very, very helpful in a cult. Ash as a private trainer. Any kind of trainer, really, okay? But being a private or being a personal trainer implies individualized expert guidance. Ash Mufareh has no credentials in coaching or training, and the idea of him personally training 500,000 people is logistically impossible. All right, remember, numbers don't lie. All right, ask Andy Burks and Mike Ellis. Members are going to receive generic motivational hype, not personalized mentorship. If you ask Ash for personal training, he will tell you this is a public webinar. That's right. That's right. Are you saying Ash would lie about the numbers? I definitely am, and I have proof that he's done it with OnPassive. Right? They used to say 1.4 million, and we used to say, I doubt it's 1 million. And I don't know. I don't think it's quite 1 million. And it ended up being 800,000, like I said, but, that was still not 1 million. SEC said we can find this many, despite their claims saying there's this many. So even the SEC was like, they're making these claims, but we could only find 800,000 if they got more. I don't know where they're hiding them. Don't know what's going on. And I feel like we're doing the exact same thing as when that platform grew. If you remember, it was very, very similar with how the numbers jumped and everything. It made no sense. There was no, usually it's a gradual thing. And believe it or not, it's actually usually harder to get the first bunch of followers. And then as the numbers get larger, it's actually easier. As you get bigger and bigger, it's easier and easier to get more followers. And usually with things like this, it doesn't go that way. They have a whole bunch that join right at the start. And then there's just a weird climb after that. It's not how growth organically happens. Even on YouTube here, if you watch a lot of channels that start off, it'll take them a while to kind of get to 1,000. And then after that, it will be quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. And it's kind of like that on most social media platforms with followings, and websites work very similar in that way. Also, you have to remember that they don't really have ads or anything that's pulling people to them like some other things might have out there, right? So anyone that is going to the website are people that are already kind of in this, right? So Chris Johnson's video is wrong because it relies on contradictory, exaggerated, and baseless claims designed to keep disillusioned OnPassive members engaged. That is why I feel like Chris Johnson is lying to everybody about what this is. So let's talk about the total rebranding. The rebranding of OnPassive into Victory with Ash shows continuity of deception. When one scam collapses, leaders reframe the failure as victory and invent new narratives to maintain control. That's all it's about, maintaining the control over at least some people. Replacing trade schools, or really any schools, since they've claimed that they've replaced all schools in the past, is the most outlandish claim yet. Trade schools are regulated institutions that provide hands-on accredited training for skilled professionals. Victory with Ash offers none of this. Suggesting it could replace them is not just wrong, it's dangerous misinformation that devalues real education, which there's a lot of going on here. MLMs devalue real jobs and careers and education is. They devalue everything that's real because they are so fake. But, Chris, even in today's stream, was going on about how much it sucks to work and how he was so miserable when he was working, devaluing real work. Say, oh, it's better to be in something like this, which is funny because so far there is no way to make any money in Victory with Ash. So again, how would that then replace real work? You know what I mean? There are large and fake claims being made here, including the number of members. The 500,000 members claim is a recycled number game. It's not about actual membership. It's about creating the illusion of mass legitimacy to pressure people into staying or joining. If you're thinking about leaving this thing or not carrying on to Victory with Ash, and then you hear, oh, well, now we have 100,000. And then a few days later, it's, oh, now we have 200,000. You're going to get a little bit of FOMO. You might go, oh my God, you know what? Maybe I will join. It seems like a lot of the people that I was in on passive with are joining this again. Maybe I am missing out. You're going to be like, I must be the crazy one for not wanting to be a part of this since everyone around me seems to want to join this thing. Right? And since there is some herd mentality here, I'm sure a little bit of that's going on as well, where they actually are just surrounded by a bunch of people joining this. If they've spent the last 8 years doing nothing but on passive, their friends are the people in on passive. So if all those people are now like, let's all go on to Victory with Ash, and that's all they're around, they're going to probably take the leap too, right? And this is supposed to kind of add to that. It's supposed to silence any doubts that you may have so that you do take that leap and join. Try not to listen to that voice in your head saying, join it, join it. Ash Mufareh, as a private trainer, personal trainer, any kind of trainer, is a linguistic trick. It reframes a failed scam operator, a con man, a scammer, as a personal mentor, a guru. Despite his lack of credentials and the impossibility of training 500,000 people individually. Even just doing his stupid little courses, okay, and then uploading them to the website, that's not technically like being a personal trainer to all these people. This is why I'm saying, like, don't just come on here, Chris Johnson, and start saying shit. Especially when you don't actually know what these words mean or what it entails to be any of these things. You're just out here promising all this. And it's like, okay, these are all impossibilities. So what are we doing here? All right, that's similar to making illegal income claims. Right, making all these grandiose claims. The core problem is that Chris Johnson's video is a textbook example of MLM cult-style continuity. Right? The inflated numbers, of course, create a false legitimacy. There's the whole guru rebranding, which we see lots of times on my channel, where we turn a disgraced leader into a trainer or savior. At the end of the stream, Chris Johnson even brings up God again, just to remind us all that God is what brought Chris here, and God is what is running this thing with Ash Mufareh. Right? That's what he's trying to say. So, you know, we got faith manipulation in there as well to kind of show, look, Ash Mufareh is this savior. And even God chose him. We have all these grandiose promises. When, again, we have no clue what this thing even is. For all we know, Ash Mufareh could upload a video that says, ha, fuck you guys. And then that's all it will be. You know? But here Chris Johnson is coming out here doing these live streams where he's claiming that Victory with Ash is going to replace entire industries, trade schools, AI businesses, without any evidence. It's just, trust me, bro. And when you ask Chris Johnson what evidence he has that this is going to be such an amazing thing, the only thing he can tell you is that he trusts in God, that it's run by Ash Mufareh, and therefore he knows it will be. But based on what my channel says about Ash Mufareh, history repeats itself. It's not going to be. It's going to be a complete disaster. The survivors of this are just getting remanipulated. Imagine being manipulated and on passive for 8 years, and then now these assholes are trying to manipulate and indoctrinate you into victory with Ash. It's like you got one nerve. But the whole point of this is to keep members invested by reframing collapse as some transformation. Once again, it's like you're getting tested. And when you make it to the end of this, you'll prove to be a loyal member of Ash Mufareh's, I don't know, cults? Like, I don't know what else you want me to call it. And then you will get to make it to the promised land with him. You know, like, that's the goal here. Kind of scary. The absurdity of these claims isn't just about their factual contradictions. It's about the psychological manipulation behind them. By calling Ash a private trainer and promising to replace trade schools, Chris is trying to reframe exploitation as empowerment. But when you strip away the hype, all that remains is recycled MLM rhetoric, inflated numbers, and baseless promises. And that's why you should not join Victory with Ash. In conclusion, Chris, shut the fuck up. Seriously. Like, for once in your life, actually, shut the fuck up. You don't have any clue what Victory with Ash will be. So stop hyping it up. And Ash needs to stop enabling this behavior, because I have more than enough proof that he is enabling this behavior at this point. At the end of today's stream, we have Chris claiming that he's watching him and calling him on the phone to give him tips about what to say and do. In his last stream, I have Ash Mufareh in the comment section, and I have screenshots of him writing comments. So, Ash isn't going to be able to play ignorant here. All right, there is no compliance team for Victory with Ash, because remember, it's a bridge, not a business. So, whatever these guys say about Victory with Ash publicly falls on Ash Mufareh's shoulders. The man that has an 8-year director's bar from the SEC, and that the SEC said could not have anyone else hype up anything on his behalf. But again, all I'm seeing here is a lot of hype, especially from Chris Johnson. So Chris, shut the fuck up. And that is the contradictions of Chris, and why Victory with Ash won't be what Chris Johnson claims that it will be. I hope you enjoyed my little presentation. Thought I would break it down. Break it right down. Everything he's been saying has been loony. Looney Tunes. And I've reacted to enough of it. We've reacted to claims that it would replace all education, claims it would replace trade school. Now he's going to be a personal trainer to 500,000 people. And like, personal trainer is usually in fitness, as Chris also brought up in his stream. I was like, oh, so you do know what it is then. It's not usually called a personal trainer. Usually if it's like giving life advice, then you're a life coach. If you're giving business advice, you're a business coach. Or, you know, you're what do they call it? Oh, I can't think of the word right now. Damn you! I cannot think of this word. But you're, you know, in business, you can have meetings with people and they'll give you advice on how to run your business and whatnot. but it's not called personal training in business. Like, that's not what you would refer to that as. So I don't know. I don't know why he decided to go with personal trainer out of all of the things that he could have gone with. You know, I guess it's because we were getting him in trouble for saying educator or talking about Ash like he was a professor or teacher. Thank you, consultant. Yes, a consultant in business. My perimenopause is fucking with my brain. And I'm not pulling words out as quickly as I once did. So I couldn't think of the word. Thank you, Chris. A personal consultant would have made more sense to me. Although I wouldn't suggest that Ash do that either. But at least, like, that's what it's called in business. Being like, he's going to be your personal trainer in business. It sounds silly. Which, again, just, it doesn't make you too confident that they know what they're talking about in promoting that he's going to be doing this. You know what I mean? It's like, when he literally, like, can't even be honest about that. You know? Doesn't even know what it's called. Then can we really trust that Ash is going to teach it to us? Probably not. You know? Chris brought a toothpick to a gunfight. He usually does. I would love for him to show us proof that Ash has education and experience that would be valuable, even on a free platform. Because my argument is that he doesn't have anything. And we've probably already seen anything that he does have at this point. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. That's all I've got for you. Hopefully they'll be alive tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to do it earlier. But I'm not making any promises. I had a long day today. So it was nice to come on here and hang out with you guys and blow off some steam. So thank you so much. Please do give this a like. Subscribe if you are new here. It helps me out. We don't want to speak out about these multi-level marketing schemes as much as possible. I'm working on a few videos behind the scenes. So, yeah, stay tuned for those. They should be coming out over the next week or so. And, yes, pay attention to the community tab. Have a great night. I love all of your faces. Like always,
my name is Ash
we're in
Mufareh,
it to win it.
I'm your friend.
Woo!
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
We are here.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call.
Hey.
And I'm your friend. And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. And another asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering more than one. It's not the answer you want, but call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and
we're in it to do it.
talking about your
name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Elch, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there.
See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a good night.
Negative YouTube got more followers on it than I do on my YouTube. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's down there.
My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.